All right, we should be live.
Looks like we are.
Maybe.
Oh well. That's why you're in control and I'm not, buddy.
Welcome. You've got mail.
Do I have mail?
No, I'm just saying for all of us old people.
Yahoo. That's right. Beginning ages of the internet.
All right. You gonna make the dial-up noises?
You know what? There's a funny story about that.
Yeah.
I used to be pretty good at that.
I believe it.
I really did used to be pretty good at that. Matter of fact, I think that's why my wife married me. I'm serious. Like, there's a little backstory.
That was your comedic relief?
Yes, it was. I forget what one evening we were dating. Something happened. She asked me to do something, and I did the whole internet noises and says "does not compute," and she just lost it right then and there.
Oh man, let's see here. I am going to share this around real
Are you
quick.
sharing? Hey,
Since
my
your
phone's
getting
about to
ready
die. I can fix that. I got
Careful.
phones.
Don't knock the computer off.
Well, I'm trying to figure out what I'm playing on. I don't know. I got a charger here somewhere. My box of tricks. I'm still on Alabama time before the time change.
Are you?
Oh, dude, it's been miserable.
All right, we're shared around. Thanks for everybody joining us tonight. We have Will Davis going to join us here about 30 minutes. That's 7:30 Eastern time. Will's in Central time, so Will recently won the Bassmaster Federation team deal on Pickwick Lake. I'm sorry, not team. I'm sorry.
He
It's
won
solo
the big
event,
show.
The big show. So he's going to get ticket punch to the Classic for 2024.
He's in the Elite Series.
Or I'm sorry, 2023 Classic.
Yep.
And an invite to the Elite Series. So
And a boat. And some spending money.
And some spending money. So they used to call it fishing or the Fishing Ultimate Dream Package or something like that.
I thought that was something FLW did
Maybe
for a while.
it was. I don't know. I can't keep him straight. But he'll be on a little bit. But before we get there, Shane's not here tonight. If you can't tell, he's not hiding underneath the table or anything. Shane is in Kentucky trying to kill a whitetail.
And from what I could gather, it's a little frosty.
Yeah, I sent him a bunch of pictures of all my dad's pet deer in the backyard when he was freezing in the stand, and it was 70 degrees Saturday here.
Yeah, I'll tell you something. Saturday was a very weird day. Anything east of Georgia. I mean, when I left Pickwick, I stopped at Chickamauga to fish Rusty White's benefit for homeless veterans. And we got up in the morning, it was 60 degrees. It's mild. By 11 o'clock, the wind had changed directions and the temperature dropped about 15 degrees and kept dropping all day.
So speaking of benefits, we're going to make this an annual thing. I think we should make it an annual thing.
I do feel like we should make it an annual thing.
All right, so the first ever inaugural annual, we're going to call it Fishing for Families. We have 4 boats. It's going to be Shane and David, Joey, Sabaga, and Dalton. Dowdy. I always call him Dowdy. Chris Marshall, Jody Wright, and myself and Daniel Cook. We have lots of raffle prizes. We're partnered with a local church here. It's a church I attend. Lifepointe Church. They have a Christmas fund. And we're going to call this Fishing for Families. So basically, we're selling raffle tickets. You can go to rustyhookstackle.com, and we'll put the link here up in a minute. Basically, what you do, they're $5 a piece. We've got tackle packs from Abu Garcia, Catcher Lures, True South Biz Baits. Daniel Cook is a custom woodworker. He's going to make us a cutting board. We're 822 Tactical out of Columbia is going to send us some stuff. Davis Bait company, who will be on here in a few minutes to discuss that. And obviously can't leave out Rusty Hooks. There's going to be some gift cards in there for everybody. Also, Jason Land, he runs the Foothills Winter Trail on Lake Norman. He's donated a free entry into either his Saturday or Sunday trail, and he's also gathering toys at entry to donate as well. So obviously the toys won't be given away to you guys, but he is putting forth a pretty good effort there to raise some stuff for some families around Christmas time. So I'll put the link here. Basically what's going on is they are $5 a piece. Each ticket gets you a entry into the raffle. There is one little small caveat in the drop down of it. If you select the correct team that wins, then you will be entered into the ultimate prize pack giveaway, which we haven't decided what that is yet, but it'll be something from this list. Or
it's going to be ultimate.
It's going to be ultimate. There we go.
We're gonna put together a nice little pack.
Or to use something that my 8-year-old says, it's going to be epic. So
they've kids in their vernacular these days. It's gotten quite. It's definitely gotten quite impressive. Some of the words that they have picked up on.
And I just got word. Text messages are rolling in. Rather Outdoors that's Lou Strike King. They're gonna pitch something in too. So the raffle prizes keep growing. So maybe a fishing experience with Shane.
If anybody wants to donate something, we're not gonna turn people away from donating to a good cause.
Absolutely. Yeah, you can bring that straight here to the store. Contact us, whatever you'd like to do. What Lifepointe does is they set up a store for families to come. They can either pay nothing or something for the toys that are in the store.
So the other thing too is I know we've got a link to the website for the raffle tickets. If you want to stop by the store as well, I can take payment and I'll keep a running list of that here, as alongside the website.
Yeah, that'd be great.
And then that way, for guys that either aren't comfortable with purchasing on the web or whatnot, they can come here. And
any way you guys get entered, we will be glad to enter you. Even if you don't want to enter, if you just want to submit a donation, we'll accept that too.
So what kind of goal are we going to put to this?
I don't know, man. There's a lot of good stuff on here.
Are we thinking $2,500? Are we thinking $3,000?
That'd be awesome. I was hoping for at least $1,000, but if we can get that high, that would be really, really cool.
Well,
we don't have much time. Oh yeah, so the event is going to be Tuesday, November 29th. We'll do it live on Rusty Hooks Live, how we've done all of our other 1v1 and 2v2s and the battle for the belt and all that type of stuff.
Speaking of the battle for the belt, now this year there wasn't a whole lot of activity, but not to take away from what we're discussing, but
I think we have to.
Are we gonna put together another?
There it is, right there.
Get together.
I think we have to.
I'm sure there's gonna be some kickback if we have it at Wiley, but
But back to the fishing for families. It's going to be on Lake Norman, so hopefully we can get some fish catches on film because they're biting.
Are they?
Yeah.
I hadn't been up there since.
I fished yesterday. We caught a bunch, but we caught a bunch of
rats.
They're keepers, but they're
pound and a half, 2 pounds.
Not even 2 pounds. Pound and a half. Pound and a quarter. You know how a 14-inch spot is. It's.
You either get the long and slender ones, or you get the short, fat ones.
That's right. Yeah, we caught a lot of the torpedo spots yesterday.
I got you.
So follow that link, and let us know if you have any problems, and hopefully we can see some of the tickets start rolling in while we're live tonight. So I think Joey's on here watching. If I missed anything. Joe's been a big help getting this started.
No, big shout out to Joey and Chris and Jody and all the guys. When I was away, Shane called me. It's like, hey, they're talking about doing this, and then a day later it's, hey, we're doing this. This is what's going on.
Yeah.
You don't have to fool with any of it. So it was kind of a...
Yeah, so David was gracious enough to give us a bank to store the money in before we donate everything. So this is going to be fun. It's going to be great. So if anybody has any questions, comments, shoot them our way. My buddy across the street, he's on the staff at Lifepointe. He's the one that's going to do all the shopping for us, so we'll make sure and post all the toys you guys have helped purchase for needy families this year.
All right. Anything to wrap up from the weekend? I'm like, dude, I've been out of touch.
So Jason Lansdale, again, he's fishing, I think it's every other weekend now. I think he's got maybe 2 or 3 left on Saturday and 2 left on Sunday. He's donated a free entry into his tournaments for this. I did fish that yesterday, and we had 10.5 pounds. Scott Hamrick and Roger Hoover had 17.
I noticed they came out of the woodwork with a pretty big
17
bag.
And something, mid 17, something like that. Fish are starting to bite, and I forgot one other donation. Matt McBee, Mr. Tater Hog himself, is going to give us a custom lure for the donation, or for the raffle.
Do we know roundabout what it may be?
I don't, but he said it would be one of his good ones. That's what he told us. So I remembered him. He was the first person I reached out to, but I remembered him because he won the cat Saturday with 15 and change up there. So
yep.
The weights are starting to ever so slightly creep up.
It's it seems that all the lakes are starting to make that switch.
Yep.
It's starting to turn.
That's right. I forgot that one, Joey. Chris Marshall's got us a free round of golf too. At the golf course that he frequents quite often. So there's all kinds of stuff in here. Not only for the fishermen, for like the golf. Everybody can use a custom cutting board, right? So
that's right.
And Tater's baits sometimes are so pretty you can put them up in a case and just look at them.
He does do some good work.
Jason, I don't think Shane shot anything yet. I saw Johnson cleaning, field dressing, but I don't think it was Shane's deer.
As of earlier today, he had not pulled the trigger. Where did our viewers go?
I don't know.
I mean, we gotta get a few more on there somehow, some way. Oh well, 7:14. It's early yet. We were actually on time tonight, weren't we?
We were.
Yeah.
Yep. So everybody get the word out. I'm excited to be part of this.
And don't.
I know the other guys are too.
I know what else we're supposed to mention tonight that I almost forgot about. Santa Claus tournament. Saturday, November 26th.
On Lake Norman.
On Lake Norman.
So that's that's the Saturday before.
That is the Saturday before.
Saturday after Thanksgiving.
Yes, that is correct. 150 entry, 5,000 to first place. Everything based off of a 100 boat field. I think the last tournament they had was, how many were there? You were in it.
I don't know. There was a ton.
Yeah, it was a big deal the last go around.
Jason says we're cutting in and out.
Why are we cutting in and out?
I don't know.
I promise I paid the bill.
Sure, it's probably something to do with our Zoom meeting we have set up.
That may be too.
I can see where we're dropping frames.
Comporium, you gotta love them.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on. But we're okay right now. Now that I'm watching it, I'm sure it'll probably be fine.
Yeah. Anyway, Jason Lamb may not have serves.
I can see where it's dropping some frames, but
He might need to put some more minutes on that cricket.
all right. So, you want to text Will and see if he's ready?
I will.
Get him on here a few minutes early. So while you're texting him, David, tell us about Pickwick. I know it wasn't the greatest thing for you to talk about, but
Listen, you know what?
have you ever been to Pickwick before?
I have been there during ledge season. I was there a month before the tournament, which was the cutoff. And there were a lot of changes made by the time I got there. The water had fallen to winter pool, and the first two practice days, the first day was kind of rough. It was windy and rainy and real nasty, and you couldn't really get to the lake end of things.
Yeah.
So
When you say the lake end of things, you're talking about
below
down
the bridge,
Mississippi and Tennessee.
yeah,
and
below the
all that
Natchez
comes
Straits
together?
Bridge.
Okay. Yeah, it does get kind of big down there.
So I kind of ended practice a little early because you weren't learning anything, and it was brutal to try to fish. Second day of unofficial practice, we went and trailered to the bottom end and started catching fish. Kind of, I'm not gonna say at will, but it was a very cut and dry pattern. The official practice day came, and I really kind of got it dialed in, or so I thought. Then the first day of the tournament, put the boat in the water, and typically I check the water levels before a tournament, and I didn't do it because I was just so sure of what I had found that it wasn't going to matter. Well, come to find out, it mattered a lot more than
How far did they drop the water?
6 inches overnight. And it kept falling throughout the day. And when I got to weigh in, I happened to look at the rocks going into McFarland. I'm like, you big dummy. Like, I knew then what was going on. So day 2 of the tournament, I blasted off with a whole different game plan and had the bites, but did not execute. And
what were you doing? Were you fishing grass or?
No, so the grass really, a lot of it was gone.
Okay.
From a month before, whether it be the water drop and storms. I know the hurricane came through
Tear a bunch of stuff
and
up.
ripped a lot of the grass up and broke it apart. So that's the gist of that. So I was catching fish on a buzzbait on shallow flats. Works great until the water falls off their back.
Yeah.
So day 2, I dropped back and looked at my map and found a couple areas that I remember from when I was there several years ago for the All-American, and just started running some of those areas, and I started getting bit. And it seemed like it was one of those days that every 14 3/4 incher would choke it, but every fish over 3.5, 4 pounds would take it down and
Boil
hold
on
it long enough for you to pull it out of their mouth.
Yeah.
And so that's how I ended my tournament, with 2 fish for 6 pounds.
Yeah, so I don't have any good memories of that place. Last time I was there, I almost lost my life on the way home. I got in a real bad car accident
Oh boy.
and lost my truck and boat. All right, let's see if Will is here now.
Looks like it.
All right, Will, can you hear us? Oh, it says he is connecting. Will, can you hear us okay?
Yes, sir.
Hey, Will, how's it going?
Uh,
Hold on a second
it's
here.
going good. How y'all guys doing?
Good. Everybody hear Will okay? His audio's coming through the computer. All right, Will, keep talking.
All right. There's old Buzzbait man over there with his camera camouflage hat on.
Yep, that's me.
All right. Hopefully everybody can hear you. Okay. Let's see.
Live and die by it, buddy. Live and die by it.
Well, Will, congratulations. I know we've never met before, but congratulations. Big feat. I guess your all's journey, for the people that don't know about the Federation, I guess it started over a year ago to get to where you are today. Is that right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, it's been a long journey. I can tell you that. A very, I guess, exciting and very stressful journey.
Yeah, I can only imagine. So,
well, David was right there knocking on the door too, so he knows how it feels to be a Federation angler.
Yeah, unfortunately, I went after it a little differently than you did. I mean, I know your background just from the conversations we've had and how much that tournament meant to you as well as the regional. Me, I kind of went into it like I'm just fishing another bass tournament. You know, it didn't really, it didn't hit me that way. But once you get there, you know, you sit there for blast off the first morning, it changes your perspective that, man, there's a lot of guys that can fish their entire lives and never make it this far.
They call your name when that national anthem goes and you got the cold chills. They play that AC/DC or Guns N' Roses and all that stuff. And they say 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and they call out, you know, the boat numbers. When they get to you, buddy, and you get out there and you blast off, it is all surreal. Yes,
sir, 100%. And you know that did hit home. The first morning of the tournament, it was like, you know what, I'm here. Let's do this. And I went into it win or lose. There was no just survive.
Yes, sir. Yep.
Now, granted, your result was a little different than mine. So, why don't you break that down a little bit?
Well, I'll tell you what, that tournament was the most mentally stressful, draining event I've ever took part in. And trying to make it to the Classic, I told you that night at supper that, you know, dude, we made it here and we're trying to make the Classic and we can't even hardly get a bite. And I was like, why this time? Why couldn't we be just wrecking them, you know? Well, I tried out the largemouth deal for, I don't know, 2 whole days of practice, and I found some good key areas up there at the dam, you know, before the off limits. And so I kind of knew in my mind where the juice was up there, so I really didn't spend no time up there until the official day of practice when you had your co-angler with you from your state. I went up there, sat down right there where Brent Crow caught him, and I just, or not right there on his spot, because obviously you knock your lower unit off, but I pulled up there in the trough, as I call it, up there, sat my boat down and played dumb and seen where everybody went up there to, you know, decide where I was going to start the next morning. And because I couldn't get the largemouth bite going, period. And I just knew I was going to live or die up there at that dam. You know, that's what I done, and it ended up, you know, working out for me. But I just knew that them largemouth was going to show up on one of them bars. One day about lunch when the wind picked up, and them boys going to catch them 25 pounds. But it just never happened, you know.
So, Will, did you have a mixed bag all each day? Did you have all smallmouth? What did you have?
The first day I had one largemouth, and the rest of them smallies. The second day was all smallies, and the third day I had 2 largemouth and 3 smallies.
Okay.
So 12 smallmouth weighed in.
Okay. Yeah, that the history of Pickwick, the tail race there coming out of, that's a Wheeler, right? It's a Wheeler?
That's Wilson, Dan.
Wilson. Yeah, Wilson. Sorry. Coming out of Wilson is there's been a lot of money won in between McFarland Park and that dam.
Absolutely, especially this time of year.
Yeah, it's amazing. That lake is so big, and you know it's in 3 states. And put in a McFarland, burn a gallon of gas going up, burn a gallon of gas getting back.
I know it. I never had to get fuel the whole week while I was there. And they kept on asking, "Do you want fuel? Do you want fuel? Do you want fuel?" And it was so shallow up there. I didn't want it up there and back. You know, that fuel weighed me down a little bit too much. I would have tore my boat up.
Yeah.
You know, 2 or 3 more inches it would have dropped up there. I wouldn't been able to get in the area that I was in.
Yeah, you need every inch of draft you can get, right?
Oh, he did. I saw him. I know for a fact he did, because he went where I don't think nobody else went there, did they?
No sir. There was a local tried to hot rod it up there the last day I was up there, and actually they was running 20,000 CFS at the time at 10 o'clock, and I've been getting up there every morning, and it was running 10,000 CFS, and which is scary low. And I was sitting there, and last day, and this guy comes up there, Mr. Billy, you know, he's hauling butt, and buddy, he smokes a rod with a brand new skidder Tomahawk, and it just stops. He gets up, looks around, hops back in the driver's seat, and he goes to idle up, and he's like, oh well, floors it and hits another one. And I'm like, dude, you're about to I don't even know how his lower unit stayed on.
Man. You saw how far I was willing to run up, and I think that I think that that last little bit, that makes a big difference at that place for sure.
Yes, sir. Well, if you don't get that right cast in the area up there, the way that current flows, and if you don't get that bait lined up, and it's a little, I guess, an art to it. I mean, it's kind of like leading a dove or a duck or whatever. Shooting, you got to lead your target, because if you just throw right at it, you're not going to hit it in that current.
Right. So on that note, so tell us what you did to catch your fish. What were you throwing? What can you share?
Yes, sir. Yeah, I was throwing my dad's shaky fish, and it's a scrounger type bait, but our version is a shaky fish. And Tackle Warehouse sells this. Mark's Outdoors in Vestavia sells it. It's just the bait, as I call it. It is a square bill and current, if that makes sense.
Sure.
Because this bill right here makes it the square bill. It deflects off them rocks, and at the same time, it quivers.
Okay.
So, and it quivers, without current. I don't need, you don't need necessarily current to catch with this bait. I mean, this is a good schooling type bait. This is a good all the round of the year to catch the fish. Whether it be on ledges, whether it be backs of pockets. I mean, it's just a go-to bait, man. If you want to get bit, this shaky fish is definitely the bait to throw. And I was putting our albino color, like swim minnow on it, dipping the tail chartreuse. I guess the forwards that they have up there is the yellowtail or whatever kind of minnows or bait that they have up there, just kind of mimicked it. But the biggest issue with this bait is when you put this bait on here, with this plastic, you want to make sure it's lined up just right. Because if you don't, and you make sure this bill is lined up perfect with the eyelet, because if you have it turned this way a little bit, it's going to turn on its side. So you have to have all the stars lined up just right, and to make that bait work.
Yeah. Yeah, we throw those a good bit here on Lake Wiley. Aaron Martin's a long time ago, rest his soul.
He divulged some stuff that needed to be kept a secret.
Yeah, he let that secret out of the bag a long time ago up here.
Yes, sir. Who actually came to my dad and wanted to make the bait better, and him and my dad came up with that. And Aaron's the one that came up with the name and everything.
That's very cool. I didn't know his name was on yours, but that's really cool.
Yes, sir. A good guy.
Yeah.
Good guy.
So how heavy is that shaky fish? How much does it weigh?
This is a half ounce.
Okay. Yes, I've been all the way up against that damn face.
Sir, with a 4-aught Gamakatsu hook in it.
I've been all the way up against that damn face when they're rolling that water, and it can be quite scary. But the only thing I can catch were striper.
Really?
Yeah.
Don't go up there right now. I like a little white bass, only 2 of them, and I didn't catch that many drum either. I was like the bait just wasn't there. You know, I don't know.
Yeah, I thought I was crazy until I saw a couple Roll Tide fans. They come up there with a 9.9 and an 8-foot John boat, just trucking right along like like it's a Sunday afternoon.
Right.
They aren't scared one bit.
Right. If I can get this clear. Yeah, it's you gotta know. You gotta know what your you gotta definitely know where you're running up there. And that live scope, if I didn't have the live scope, it would have definitely messed me up, because you wouldn't be able to. You've been on top of the rock where you knew it.
Yeah.
Know?
So Will, what's your plans? Obviously, you're going to the Classic. Are you going to accept your invite to the elites, or have you made up your mind yet, or not to necessarily put you completely on the spot, but let's get some breaking news here.
Yeah, Hank told me the other day after that, that if I put down and it'd go on, second or third, whoever would take it, and I told him basically before you got to have sent it, out of his mouth that I was going to take it.
Well, congratulations.
I appreciate that.
We'll probably see a whole bunch of it. There's a bunch of events in the Carolinas, so make sure to come up here and see us.
Oh, I sure will. For sure.
Yeah, be sure to. Matter of fact, you and I will be talking the next couple of days. So
I was gonna say, it sounds like you need some shaky fish.
I've already got it in the works. His father and I will be discussing things Wednesday to bring some stuff in here. Are we here? Are we gone?
It's reconnected. We got some major technical difficulties rolling there.
Oh, what do we have? Will, you still there?
Yes, sir.
Okay. We're having some computer troubles.
So this is what happens when you get me to run it, dude. You should do it.
I don't even know how to get this far. I mean, I want to, but I don't know how to.
We got lots of red on our
We're leveling back
deal
out
here.
now.
Yeah,
All right.
audio keeps.
Yep. I don't know. But I'm sure will be back with us when he wins the first blue trophy.
Oh, man. That's something we all dream about. Actually, that one that's going to say world champion on it's probably the one he's going to worry about first. Well, I guess there's an event before that, though, isn't there? Is there one or two next year before the Classic? Is there two? Florida and... Two events,
yeah. Well, I'm sure he'll make a couple trips to Loudon before it completely goes off limits.
Oh, ain't no doubt it. It goes off limits January 1st. So we have 3 months of off limits. So.
Well,
I guess you probably making a trip pretty soon then.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
I'm surprised he didn't do like I did and leave Pickwick and drive straight there.
Well, no offense, but he probably had to deal with the press a little bit.
He did. Nobody wanted to talk to me when I left out of there.
Yeah, it ain't gonna be long, Mr. David. We'll have him a win, I promise you. He's a heck of a fisherman. As we call around here, he's a.
Well, I appreciate that, Will. After regional and our conversations, I'll be honest with you, I felt like after the banquet, I was like, there's the winner.
Yeah.
Like I kind of knew. You just know.
So, Will, are you from that area, or is Pickwick your home lake?
No, sir. I'm from a little town just south of Birmingham called Sylacauga.
Okay. So what do you claim as your home lake?
Lay Lake is
Lay.
5 minutes from my.
Okay. That place is taken over by spotted bass now too.
Yes, sir.
A lot of those.
Do what now?
I said Lay Lake is taking everybody's spot of bass now too.
Absolutely. We used to have a lot of good largemouth fishing in that lake, and they sprayed the grass. I ain't getting into all the detail, but they spray a lot of grass at the wrong time of year. I don't know if they do it up there at some of y'all's lakes, but
They don't have any grass to spray up here.
Yeah. Grass. The only grass we've got's in your front yard.
Yeah.
But they spray it right after spawn, right. Yeah. Grass around here is what makes a largemouth, Man, they spray the grass, when the fry is, 1st of May, late April. Sometimes some places on the river, they'll spawn all the way up to June,
Right.
And they start spraying chemical on that grass, man, it kills the fry, and it's really taking a toll on the lake, man. The weights are down bad. They're going to start doing a restocking program soon, or there won't be no tournaments on Lay Lake.
Wow, I didn't realize it was that bad. That was one of the
Or any
infamous.
Coast River, to be honest with you.
That was one of the
Yes,
infamous.
sir.
I guess. Crap.
There's been some big tournaments go through Lay Lake.
Well, the class has been there a couple times. KVD won one on the. He was in. He stayed in Warren Creek the whole time through a red eye shad, and then Boyd Duckett won his classic there.
I didn't know Boyd Duckett had won a classic.
Yeah.
I'm not a fishing history buff.
Yep, he won it. He was going back on the way back the ramp. He stopped and punched a patch of grass the size of this table and caught one almost 7 pounds on the final day. There was like 10 minutes left to go.
Yes, sir. He caught that in a place we called Dead Man's Slough down there by Okemo. He won that back in 07.
There
He
you
said,
go.
I'll never pick a classic without winning it. And by gosh, he finally made him win it. He won it.
Yep.
Mm.
And then Van Dam won. Did he win after that or before?
He did. He won in 2010.
Was it okay? It was after.
Yeah, yes, sir. Yeah, you caught them in beeswax back there.
Beeswax, that's what it was. I wanted to say butterfly. I knew it was some kind of insect flying, but I couldn't remember. I've never been to Lay Lake.
Yes, sir.
Well, you got any other plans for the rest of the season? You just kind of, are you a deer hunter? Are you in the woods now, or I guess?
Man, I'm a full-time quail guide. And,
Are you really?
Yes, sir.
Man, you and I need to talk. That's what I like to shoot. Problem is, most of our habitat in South Carolina is gone.
Yes, sir. Yeah, well, I work at a place in Kellington, Alabama. It's called 5 Star Preserve, and we do a lot of quail hunts, and deer hunts, and fishing, and all type of guiding adventures.
Okay. That
Yes,
sounds like a
sir.
lot of fun.
Hey,
It is.
we might need to make a little
I'm ready. Let's
a
go.
little trip of it.
We're going to end. I'll be there tomorrow morning.
Yes.
He's probably booked up all the
I'm sure he
publicity
is,
he's
yeah.
got, and everybody wants to go hang out with him.
But I want. Yeah, it's been a good job, man. It's got me where I'm at. My dad's business, and my dad put me where I'm at today. First, and then my family, and then definitely Chris Landers, my boss right now. He's a big time fisherman, and he's a hammer too, as we talked about. So he kind of understands, where I'm at in life as far as my changes or the changes that are about to unfold. So
Sure.
that's definitely a plus on my side.
Yeah, it definitely takes someone very understanding when you got to call them and tell them you need 12 weeks of vacation to go fish the Elite Series.
That's right. That's right. Yes, sir.
Well, so you got any sponsorship work in the works, or are you still feeling that out right now?
I got a few. I'm still trying to fill that out. It's just one of them deals that I'm open, and just trying to get as much as I can, if it's right. And that's kind of where I'm at right now.
Yeah, well, talking with a lot of the local pros around here in the Carolinas, I don't think it's ever a closed book deal for sponsorship. So you'll always be looking to partner with the right people. So
Absolutely.
I'm sure Shane's not here, but I'm sure he can definitely talk to you about that.
Oh yeah, for sure. Well,
Yes,
Are
sir.
there any tournaments on the Elite Series that you have circled that you're excited
Yeah.
about?
I'm excited about going to Lake. You know, it'll be a lot of pressure on me. I'm sure I'll have a lot of boats following me, and I have to control that. And
oh, that's right. They go back there this year.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
That's in May,
Yeah.
right? Is that in May?
yes, sir. It'll be a tough event. And guys catch some shad spawning, and a few of them be in brush piles if I can find them. It'll be very interesting. One guy catch them one day, the next day they won't. It's good one day and a mystery the next.
Well, I know my first pick in fantasy fishing for Lay Lake next year.
There you go. Yep. Man, I tried to stay up with that this year, and I washed out about the third
I
tournament.
got my butt kicked this year.
I got a buddy of mine at work, and he's all about that. And he's like, "Man, I need him to catch him today. I need him to catch him today." I'm like, "What are you even talking about?" And he's like, "Man, this fantasy fishing is a real deal. You need to get you one." I ain't never got into it.
Will, just tell them like I tell these guys: fantasy fishing is for those that can't fish.
Hey, man. When you're busy at work, it gives you something to. When you're busy all the time and can't go fishing, it gives you something to watch and pull
That's
for.
true. That's true.
David, I don't think I'd tell my buddy that. He'd take offense to that.
Oh boy.
Yes, sir.
Well, my friends up here, they got a little thicker skin. They're kind of used to me.
For sure.
I mean, you know how I am. You've
Yes,
been
sir.
around me
Well,
enough.
That's right. Yeah.
Well,
Yes, sir. I work with like a bunch of, I don't know, it's like a bunch of college kids, but really not. We take it serious, but how a big group of guys get around at a hunt camp and joke. That's how we are every day.
Oh,
there
yeah.
you go.
So, yes, sir.
Don't show up to work with feelings.
No, you better not. You better not work your shoulder, buddy. I'm telling you right now, they'll knock it right off.
That's it. Well, so Lay Lake circled on your map. Is there anything else that interests you?
Yeah. Everyone up north, I've never been up there. I never caught them smallmouth up there, so I'm very looking forward to go to Champlain and Lake Sinclair, and there's another one up there, I think. I don't know exactly, but I've definitely got them marked. Lay Lake in that one for sure. Santee Cooper's going to be a good one. Sabin is probably that one, and Okeechobee's probably going to be my least favorite.
Well, if you're used to navigating up to the tail race, you'll. I think that's the hardest deal at the Sabine is trying to get to the fish that you find. So it's long runs and lots of tearing stuff up. So.
That's right.
And then when you go up north, you'll have to fish with them upside down rods for smallmouth.
Yes, sir.
The old egg
Yes.
beaters.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun up there, man. And I'm looking forward to that because a spotted bass, they kind of resemble a smallmouth, in my way I think. They like rocks, they like current, they like all that good stuff.
Yeah, St. Clair is like a bathtub though. The topo map there has like 4 lines on it, so
Right.
it's
right.
it's like Okeechobee up north without all the grass.
I know it. Yes, sir.
If you can find a rock on that lake, you can probably win.
Yes, sir.
Well, when you come to Santee, be sure to stop by. We might try to plan this out so that we can get you on when you come through.
All right, that'd be great, man.
You know you got a place to crash if need be. So,
There will be a need be.
well,
For sure.
you just call me and say the word. I'll have the bedroom ready.
You're a long way from Santee though.
I know, but He's probably gonna make a roundabout.
Yeah, I'm just saying it's 2.5 hours to Santee.
It's 2 hours from my house.
From where he's taking, from John C.
From John C. to my house is 2 hours. But I'm not saying stay there for a tournament. You'd go crazy driving that every day.
Especially daylight to dark. Well, Will, we're having some major technical difficulties here, so
issues.
I'm not going to cut you short, but I appreciate you coming on here. And when you get up this way, again, congratulations. I can name two other Federation champions that have won the Classic. Well, three. Billy Kerschel was the first one. I've got Mike Iaconelli and Brandon Palaniuk. So those are pretty three well-decorated people in the industry. So maybe, hopefully we'll pull for you and you be the fourth.
Man, I sure appreciate it.
I think you made it the hardest way to do it.
I'm going to give it my all. And, I really, what they say, I don't know. I fished Opens one year and almost made that back in 2017. I just had 2 bad days. When you're fishing a series of tournaments, you can't have bad days and expect to be at the top. It just don't happen that way.
Right. That's fishing,
Yes,
though.
sir.
It's hard to string 3-4 good days together.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
And those guys catch them. They always catch them. Always catch them.
They serve that humble pie, buddy. I can tell you that.
That's right.
I made a bunch of it,
Just remember, when you think it's figured out, go ahead and buckle up. It's getting ready to change.
Ain't no doubt. Ain't no doubt.
But, well, I don't know why this internet, it's like really going crazy. Well, we're coming close to wrapping up for this evening. I know you got a strong support system at home. Your dad, I haven't met your wife, but I'm sure with you being fishing as much as you are, she's a good one too. So you got it behind you. So good luck, and we're watching.
Oh man, I sure appreciate y'all having me on, and I hope to do some good things in the future.
Thanks, Will. Good luck this year, and we will talk to you soon.
All right, gentlemen. Looking forward to it.
All right,
Talk to y'all
well,
later.
catch you later.
All right, bye.
Let's see if this gets any better. I'd like to run a recap real quick.
Yeah.
All right, we'll see if that frees up our frames at all.
That's wild.
Looks like it's catching back up now.
Let me get something to drink real quick so we can recap.
All right, so if you join us later, just jumping on here, apologize. I've had some technical difficulties tonight, but so Will Davis joined us. He just won the Bass Federation Championship on Pickwick. Punched his ticket to the Classic next year, and I guess as you heard it here first, he is the first Elite Series rookie to accept his invite. Shane's not here tonight, but Shane and I are fishing against each other for the belt next Monday, the 21st.
Hang on, do what?
You didn't know that?
How am I?
Oh, you got to run the camera for Shane
That's fine. I have no problem.
on the
but
21st.
The 20. Hang on, no, next Monday.
Yeah.
I'm at the beach.
Oh, well, then you can't run the camera.
I mean, I'm all for it. Don't get me wrong, but y'all really kind of need to converse.
I didn't even know y'all were doing the last 1v1.
Yeah, you did.
No, I didn't.
Well, you got to be here more.
We got to converse, I think is what you just said.
You need to be here more. I guess that same could be said for me. I mean, I was gone last
That's
week.
what happens when you're gone.
Well, and I tried to tune in a little bit, but
Probably need to tell Shane. He probably needs to find a camera guy.
I may be able to work it out.
You don't need to come shoot the camera but be with your family at the beach. You really hadn't heard about it?
No,
So Shane roped off. We have to fish Mountain Creek only. It's the only place he'll let me go.
do what?
Yep.
Hang on a second. No. What?
Yep.
So you're doing a 1v1.
Yep.
Limited to Mountain Creek on Lake Norman.
Yep. And it's me versus Shane.
Interesting. That's very intriguing to me. Huh. Appreciate the heads up.
I hope it rains a whole bunch and gets muddy.
I don't know that we're going to get a whole bunch of rain.
It's supposed to rain tomorrow.
There might be some mud there already.
It's already dirty.
I was going to say, so I take it when you went to Norman yesterday,
I didn't go in there at all.
Did you not?
I hate that creek, man.
I mean, interesting. Interesting.
And we have to be past the Mountain Creek Bridge.
So no mouth. You got to be past the first bridge.
No, the second bridge.
Oh, it's going to get tight.
There's the slanting bridge,
Yeah.
and then the two pockets that I know real well, can't fish those. You
Yeah.
got to be past the second one. Oh, there's all kinds of water in there. There's that two.
Oh, there's a lot. Yeah,
Huge
there's
arms,
plenty to fish, but still, that's interesting.
I think Shane was worried I was going to put too much good stuff on camera. Is what he was worried about.
So why even go to Norman?
I'm the one that said we're going to go to Norman because we're going to catch something.
Okay. I mean, listen.
And I need a practice day for the Federation deal.
Oh, you're fishing a Federation deal.
As long as I get the money in time, if I'm not too late.
Mm.
And I need to practice for the 2v2v2v2 thing, fishing for families.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on in Lake Norman.
I mean, yeah, I know. I've got my entry form for the Federation gig over here too. I think I'm going to take a stab at it again.
When's that to be in, do you know?
I know, but I'm not going to tell you. I'm
All
just kidding. It's got to be in by Saturday.
This Saturday?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll just call Chuck right now and talk to him.
Good luck getting Chuck on the phone. I love him to death, but I mean, we played phone tag for forever. And you know what? I did not take the time, but thank you to Lenny and his wife for dinner and being there for us at the tournament and willing to do whatever we needed to try to help make things easier. I did not take a moment to thank them. Thank you to Chuck for all his doings as well. I know he could not be there, but I know he was there in spirit.
Yeah, those guys, they put in a lot of time, and they're behind the scenes, and they don't really get much of the notoriety for all the stuff they do for you to make it easy on the anglers. You heard Will saying, hey, do you need fuel? Do you need fuel? I mean, they put gas in your boat and all that stuff down there. So.
And I know this, the bass, I burned some fuel this week, like a tank and a half the first 2 days, and then the last day I finally said enough of this, and I stayed relatively close and burned about a quarter of a tank. But
it sounds like everybody that was in the top 10 was up there at the dam.
You know,
top 5 anyways.
No, so there at some point or another, I think most of the guys went there, but a lot of fish were caught around the islands. I know there were several guys complaining about getting bites and not getting fish hooked, you know, on the down current side of the islands. I will. It's different, man. I'm telling you, it's guys around here just don't get to experience a lot of stuff.
I've been there.
Like you know what I'm talking about, though. We fish Wiley, we fish Norman, we fish Murray, we fish all these lakes, and they fish similar in the sense that you're gonna throw a jig at some point, you're gonna throw a crankbait, you're gonna do all this stuff. Man, you go there and it's different. Like
it's a giant river, is what it is.
Yeah, you better understand how to fish a river.
Yeah, all the Tennessee River or chain of lakes are like that. I mean, it's all current based, and you have to be on the spot at the right time.
It's the feeding windows matter a lot more there. And then, like I said, water level plays a bigger we all complain when Wiley drops or comes up too fast. I mean, it affects our fish, but we don't get the change here that they get there. It's just different. I mean, I've had fun with the experience as far as learning, and there's nobody that's out there that's going to jump into it and just walk through it.
Yeah.
You're going to have, whether it be the regional or if you happen to make it to the national championship, it's very, very rare that you're able to just walk through and it be easy.
Sure.
And it's a good experience. Like, really, it is good. Everybody used to give me grief about fishing Wiley. I don't think I've seen Wiley in 3.5 months.
That's good. Now you're in the same boat I am.
The difference is you just hadn't fished.
Yeah, you're right about that.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I've had the benefit, blessing, curse, however you want to look at it, to fish a lot of places this year and learn a lot of stuff, and some of it is going to relate back to here. New perspective, new ideas. Some of it is filed away for a later date.
All right.
I just really wish we had grass here. Like, really wish.
All right, we got some comments here. Ricky Pierce says he's available. Mountain Creek is underrated. Mountain Creek stinks, Jason. I missed Jay Yellis comment. I'm not sure what Jody was saying.
I think he was talking about Lay Lake Classic.
That's right.
Or Lay Lake Tournament of some sort.
Sean Ski should have said Big Hollow was off limits on Murray.
That might have been a...
I don't know. I didn't know y'all were going.
I text you. I did text you. Don't.
The morning of, when you needed to add somebody to add me?
No, sir. I text you the day before. But I also understand that you're busy. You don't always see it. And then when you get home, you're in your kid's life and you're not in your phone life. And,
that's right.
But no, so
we do have a 1v1 next Monday. Shane needs a cameraman, possibly.
Well, if you beat Shane, then you're mine.
All right.
And you know where we'll do it?
Right out here.
There you go.
Yeah. I'll lose.
No, you won't.
Yeah,
I haven't been here in 3.5 months. I don't know.
I haven't either, and the spots have taken over is what I've been told.
Well, I'm going Saturday. I will say I'm gonna go out here Saturday and donate my money in the cat tournament.
Cat tournament.
And I'm gonna see if some of the old stuff still plays or if I gotta relearn it all.
Just go throw a shaky head on Main Lake Docks. You'll be all right.
Man, you know that ain't gonna happen.
I don't know. It might. If the spots are taking over.
I mean, it took 13 pounds to win this past weekend, and there was 2 12s. I mean, there's some fish biting. I don't know. It's like you said at Norman. Things are finally starting to.
Yeah, but it'll warm up again. It's supposed to be cold all this week, but
next week too.
That's good, but it'll warm up again.
We'll be throwing buzz baits for the New Year's Day tournament.
Yeah.
Well,
and then the biggest thing we talked about was our fishing for family. So we have 4 boats again. That's Dave and Shane, me and Cookie, Chris and Jody, and Joey and Dalton. That's the 29th on Lake Norman. Pinned a post up here at the top, or pinned a comment. We're selling raffle tickets. I just got a text from Dalton, Ryler Outdoors, which is Lou's and Strike King. They're on board now too. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 things to raffle off. That includes Abu Garcia rods, a round of golf, catcher lures. I think Jody's putting some cards of jigs together. True South and Biz Baits are putting something in here. My wife's even excited about this one. Daniel Cook's making us a custom wood cutting board. Dave's going to put some rusty hooks in. 822 Tactical's putting some stuff in. Dave's Bait. Will was just on here. Jason Land is donating an entry to his winter trail, and he's also gathering toys, is the way I understand it, to donate. Tater Hog's putting a bait in, and now Dalton's got number 11 with either a product or a gift card. So lots of good stuff for the potential to win, and it's all going to a good cause. So
I think next year what we need to do is we need to open it up to get into the tournament, to join the core group, $200 donation. That way, if anybody else local wants to jump in, and
there's all kinds of things we can do. We need to make sure we have enough airtime for everybody, though, because we'll stream everything live on Facebook. So
listen, we're going to grow this thing to the point that we need a couple camera boats running around.
If we get 200 boats, that'd be 10 seconds session.
I mean, and I need to reach out as well. There's another benefit tournament that's coming to Wiley. I'm going to get with him this week and make sure I know the dates so that I can pass it around as well.
Is that the one they do out here every year? The Fishing for Kids out of Gaston County or
Gaffney, Cherokee County?
That's right.
I'm going to get with Joel and figure that out because I know there was a date discrepancy, but I'm going to talk to him and figure.
Yeah, that's a cool tournament. I fished that the past 2 years.
Yeah.
Last year we caught one fish, but it was a good one. Right, Mo? It was 2 years ago. Reed and I only had one fish. It was 2 years ago, and the lake was so bad. One bite.
7 pounds.
First stop of the day. Got us a trophy. That was the only bite we got. You
guys got big fish.
Yeah. It was the only bite we had the entire day.
I've got 2 Santas.
Do you?
I do. I have 2 Santas. They give away a cool metal Santa Claus trophy.
Yeah, Reed's got that one. Reed caught it. I should have just laid him back but slept the whole time.
Nah, man, you got to give 100%.
I did, and it was worth nothing.
You got some hot dogs out of the deal.
I did.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with a good hot dog and all the fixing.
And our donation. So that's what it's all about this time of the year.
Listen, that's why, man, that's why I fish it. I enjoy it, and it bothers me to see kids go through Christmas and not, enjoy Christmas due to circumstances. So,
all right. If you have any questions, you can call the store, reach out to David or any of the guys we've mentioned,
or shoot us a message on Facebook.
Shoot us a message.
Once again, the website's pinned. The link to buy the raffle tickets is pinned. We'll make a post when this is done.
Make sure you select who you think's going to win, because there will be a
big prize.
A big prize out of all these prizes for the guys that select it right. There'll be an overall raffle, and there'll be a raffle for the guys that select the winning team too. All right. Sorry for the technical difficulties tonight. Virtual meetings are always tough on this guy, but I think we've limped through good enough.
I think so. I think we get an A for effort anyway.
All
right, guys. Rusty Hooks Live, where our hooks may be rusty, but our points are always sharp. Tune in. Are we going to have a podcast next week?
We're going to have to. There's going to be some major trash talking next week after the 1v1. And Joey said he's going to come up here and talk about the Fishing for Families thing, so we got to have one next week.
Y'all will probably be on your own.
That's fine.
I wish I would have known a little bit more. I would have manipulated my trip a little differently.
That just happened 10 minutes ago.
What?
Joey coming.
Oh, I was more talking about
Hey, man. When you go off and fish for the Classic and leave all those little people behind, that's what happens.
I'm a little person. What can I say? I mean, I'm back here. I'm not going to the Classic.
That's all right. You might. Just not fishing.
No, I'm probably not going to the Classic. I'm still a little salty. I don't know. You never know. I might end up there. All right, guys. Next week.
See you next week.